sometime I think in the time of term limits, we forget what we're here for. The welfare of the people shall be the supreme law is the state's motto. Down in our rotunda that I happened to look down into today, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. I can't think of a more appropriate bill to be speaking about this as we talk about the health care of our citizens, of our friends, our neighbors, and perhaps our families. Medicaid expansion is something that has happened in the majority of states across this nation, and yet we refuse as a state to offer health care to our friends, our families, and our neighbors. Oh, it will bankrupt the state. Well, it hasn't bankrupted the 36 states that have already done this. The Republican governors of those states haven't undone it when they've gotten into office. So perhaps it actually benefits the states to have health care for our people. The states that have health care have a lower maternal mortality rate. They have a lower infant mortality rate. We profess that we care about the health of our children, and yet we don't show it. We have a fund that has $190 million in it that is sitting on the shelf just in case it gets clawed back by the federal government. Please remember that for 4 years, we didn't correctly authorize recipients of Medicaid that could have put us at risk for a $1.2 billion clawback. And the federal government said, no, don't worry about it. You have corrective action in place. We are not going to take that money back. The money that's sitting in this fund on that shelf is for similar purposes. TANF dollars, Department of Social Service federal dollars for helping people in our state. To think that all of that money should be put on a shelf in case there's clawback is just silly business. So for no more than $25 or $30 million, this state can expand Medicaid without going into bankruptcy, and we have that money. Studies show that we might actually increase our revenue because instead of getting 65 cents back, or whatever the appropriate FMAP is at this minute, we would get 90 cents back on every dollar we spend. Representative from St. Louis City the other day that said states that have expanded Medicaid are getting $500 more per person than we are because we didn't expand. So are we here for the welfare of the people? Do we have a vision that will help our people thrive and grow? If you don't feel well, you don't work well. We want healthy people in this state to expand our economy, to be available for the creations of jobs that we hope come our way. But we need to change some of our policies first. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
For the